Speedway. They're lean, they're mean, they're 5 to 7 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. The Coast to Coast Racing League 350A Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and the 360 Sprint Cars.
We are live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I'm Zach Chapman with ShaggyTV, ready to bring you the 358 Modifieds at the Lanier National Speedway here in Hall County, Georgia. All of this tonight, both races brought to you by none other than that Full Throttle Motorsports team that likes to go out here and dominate podiums on Thursday night. We'll have to see if they can do it here. We got a full crowd, man. 22 boys on the hunt tonight for that checkered flag. So have to see who's going to bring it home. Still have some time here to get a couple other drivers in. We don't roll to qualifying here until 7 o'clock. So they got a little over 2 minutes. Or that's 7 Eastern, obviously. They got a little bit of time here to find their way. Let's see who we got here. Do we have anybody on the racetrack in another lobby that I've been slacking on? We got Brian Dickens out here. Man in the 122 dirt track bank machine. Sammy B pulling out on the racetrack. The 007 machine. Mr. Excitement, Matt Barber, and the 16. Got a lot of guys tonight. I don't know. And shame on me, Matt, if you have. But we both know I've been golfing here these last couple Thursdays. It's been hot. Hotter than you know what here in PA this week, man. And I kind of saw it coming on the radar. And Adam Flieger, he's out this Thursday. And I believe next Thursday as well. I may make this show next Thursday. I don't know. I haven't been helping my partner that much anyways. But anyway, moral of the story. Sorry, Matt, if you've picked up one of these wins this season or so far in your coast-to-coast ventures. But I don't believe that Mr. Excitement has won a race here with the Coast-to-Coast Racing League yet. I could be totally wrong. Like I say, I ain't the stat man. You know what I mean? I come here, I try to have a good time. That's exactly what Dino's doing right now at 79. Look at him rolling these in the infield cam here for a little bit. Some views of that 79 we normally don't get. Go right back to that top shelf as we enter 3 and right back downstairs as Dino crosses the line. Currently 18th quick, but Dino got in the room pretty late. Let's see if that man who is quick is out on the racetrack. Yes, that's, of course, the 444, Scott Rayome. He is at the top of the charts. I'm not too sure why it's saying he's on pit road. Let's see. That's just the gap time. Not too sure why it's doing that. I can show you their best times here this evening. 13:30 for Scott Rayome as he pulls off the racetrack. Brandon Templeton stays out there. Let's see if we can maybe get a lap here with B-Temp. 31. He's going to use in the basement right now. Likes that slider line. Going to get his low. Ooh, can't do that. Qualifying lap not going to count. I believe everybody pulling off the racetrack, and that's because, well, if you look at your little watch on your wrist, it does say 7 o'clock, so we're probably about getting ready to roll here. So be patient. Guys probably getting, their last rites read to them. Who knows what's going to happen out here. And then we'll go out and play for a little bit. 22 cars right now is what I'm seeing on the software. So if nobody else is coming, that's going to be the car count here tonight. 22 drivers. I don't know who my favorite would be. I mean, the way Anthony Morano's been racing, you got to think he's one of them. Trevor Giroux's been pretty good. Brandon Templeton's strung together. A couple good runs when I've been around him. I mean, I think he's been unfortunate enough to get tagged a couple times. But he's always a guy, if he can qualify up towards the front, guy you got to keep an eye on. Everybody's still on pit road. Let's see. We have a couple guys actually out on the track here. In the other session, it's Matt Barber still out here. Brian Dickens in the 122. He's another guy to keep an eye on. I believe I called his first win in one of these things possibly 2 seasons ago, maybe last season. He's always been so close and finally got it done. I mean, momentum's a big thing. You finally get that chip off your shoulder. Helps you drive, helps you perform. Let's see what it does here for the 122 tonight. It's definitely a smaller track. Got to get your elbows out. You got to stand your ground as the checkered flag waves. We'll see who we'll pre-click on Brandon Templeton because if you know, you know. But we always go with the driver who pulls out on the racetrack first for qualifying, and 10 out of 10 times it's Brandon Templeton. It is again. I know people probably think this is like a joke by me, but it is pretty unbelievable. He must have the best computer build I've seen, or he's really close to the iRacing servers, or both. He is always the first one in there. It's crazy. He's ready to go. Doesn't care what line you're running. He goes and does his own business. Let's see. This lap's going to count. Final time through 3 and 4. B-Temp, purple. Looks pretty good to me for the moment. Brandon Templeton, 14.27. Welcome to Quick Time. Let's see what Trevor Giroux does. He's a guy who could maybe answer back. This lap doesn't count here. As Anthony Morano takes it by 100th of a second. Trevor Giroux takes the green flag here for lap number 1. Let's see what the Philly Flyer can do in the 075 as Anthony Morano stays quick time. Matt Barber comes across P3. Let's see Trevor's first lap. Then we'll catch the end of Matt's second, the Philly Flyer. He's going to park at P4. Matt Barber one step up the road. Can he improve? No, doesn't need to. Oh, yes, he did need to because the Philly Flyer improves. This time around, Trevor Giroux with a 14.29. Must have edged him out by 1,000th of a second or so. Just gets the dish. They're on his, well, they're both Canadians. I mean, that Canadians fighting over the same spots. As Kelly Wheeler finishes up qualifying, so does the high side banger Patrick Spangler. He puts it P9, and with that, I believe all drivers have qualified. So we'll wait to get a look here at the starting grid as soon as we get the chance. Should be a racy track here. Lots of guys. We're going to wear out that groove. Ooh, Chapman Fence. I just saw that on the inside. You see that? 706-367-9511. Wish that was my fencing company. Roll forward to the top shelf here for your Full Throttle Motorsports 358 Modified Heat Race number 1. The 313 of David Tormont Barber. Row 1 for Heat Race number 1. Winner will start on the pole for tonight's feature. To the outside, the 639 of Dylan Kinsey, and starting on the pole, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Pace around here. Let's see. Am I lost? Nope, we were on the front stretch. Okay, I just didn't want to look like a big old dummy. Going down the front stretch, we'll wrap around one more time. And we'll get set to go. We'll, of course, fix this dagnab contraption that we call an overlay here. Try to get it on my end. But if not necessary. I know these boys. This is my playground as well. As the green flag's high. It's ready to fly. We got 8 laps to play in the clay. Heat race number 1 is underway. Oh, Dino almost got into that inside pit wall. That's going to allow Dylan Kinsey to get a big run on that top shelf. He's got his teammate, Anthony Morano, right behind. We got 3 FTM boys in the top 3 for the moment. But Mr. Excitement trying to do just that. Make it exciting here. Work into the inside. Can he try to get under the Ant-Man? Anthony Morano doesn't look like it. Dino kind of off kilter. He's now pushed in the middle. 3 wide is Dylan Kinsey. He leads lap number 2 all by himself. Dylan Kinsey got a hornet's nest behind him. Dino still stuck to the inside of that 32. Anthony Morano, while Matt Barber tries to pick him off, but just can't find the drive. Finds the play here at the Lanier National Speedway. Dylan Kinsey holding them off on the high side. I did not think we'd see that already. Very impressed by this racetrack as we go 3 wide. Once again for second place. Anthony Morano's got it for the moment. But man, can he hold off Mr. Excitement and Dino. Dino gets a little bit loose there. He washes up. He goes from 2nd to 4th here. Actually started this heat race in P1. Aimed it nice here to Dino, as meanwhile he's got another teammate creeping up behind. The 51 doing just that, putting his way up into this battle. But he's running out of time. 2 laps to go. Can he get his teammate, get this thing inside the top 4? I don't know, but I'll tell you what I do know. We're coming to 1 lap to go, this time by a white flag wave. Dylan Kinsey trying to work that outside, just protect Anthony Morano. Final time through 3 and 4. Can he hold it off? Sure looks good as the 639 gets it done. He's going to bring home heat race number 1, followed by Anthony Morano, Matt Barber, Dean Reynolds, Clay Christopherson, Bob DeGood, Patrick Spangler, and David Tormoski. Oh, we got Butters watching out there. What's going on, Megan? Dino better remember to thank you here if he's on the podium tonight. I'll yell at him. You know, I'll keep you in mind. I'll worry about you. It doesn't seem like Dino is. So we're going to take a look. Starting grid, heat race number 2. Row 4 to the inside, all by his lonesome, the 210 of Barry Wallace. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 21 of Blackjack John DeBias. To the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 2 to the outside, the 31 of B10 Brandon Templeton. To the inside, the 122 of Brian Dickens. Row 1 for heat race number 2. Winner starts on the outside of the front row for tonight's Full Throttle Motorsports feature. To the outside, the 218 of Superman, Kurt Schatzer. And lining up on the inside, the 110 of Kelly Wheeler. Kelly looking to do his best here. He saw what Dino did there. You got to try to not follow in those footsteps. Maybe get to that outside seam to where, you know, that's where you want to be. But if you want to do that as the leader, man, you're going to have to commit. You're going to have to be willing to throw that slider on the guy, go up there, and take what's yours as we're ready to play. 8 laps in the clay here, Lanier Speedway. Heat race number 2 is underway. Superman knew it, man. You got to get the cape flap, and he hunkers him down. Going to take that high side. Feeling good. Superman takes the lead. Oh, a little contact with the 110. Superman got to hang on. He's going to go. Oh, man, almost first to worst here. Falls back to 5th. As Kurt Schatzer not going to be too pumped about that one as the war rages on up ahead. That's Superman's teammate there in the 122, as well as the 31 of B10, Brandon Templeton. So if you're Kelly Wheeler, man, you got to play nice here. They ain't going to give you a lot of room, I warn you. Brian Dickens going to enter in the middle there. That's his right, not entitled. You know, he's entitled to that. He does not have to go to the bottom half of the racetrack. You knew it was going to come. I told you it was going to come. And we're halfway for the play. As I just realized how loud that one camera was. My apologies. I'll try to watch it here, talking in that one until I can change it. Here we go. Is Brian Dickens still leading the way here as we're running out of time, though. Only 2.5 laps to go. As Kurt Schatzer battling once again here with the 110 of Kelly Wheeler. Oh, Superman couldn't make it fit here. Had to pull back the reins here as we come to the white flag. Brian Dickens, I told you, you keep an eye on him. Momentum's the real deal in racing. And he's half a lap away here from starting on the outside row. Or outside of the front row for tonight's feature. As he sees that checkered flag, grab it, Brian. You're going to bring it home. B10 second, Brewerton Beast third, Kelly Wheeler fourth, Superman fifth, Barry Wallace sixth, and Blackjack coming home P7. As we get ready to take a look at our third and final heat race here for the 358 Modifieds. Starting on the inside of row 4, the 41 of the Librarian, Pat Boyce. Row 3 to the outside, the 4 of Greg Parmley. To the inside, the 055 of Mr. Wednesday Night, Brian Moore Sr. Row 2 to the outside, the 075 of the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. To the inside, the 007 of Sam Bachman. Row 1 for your third and final heat race winner will line up on the inside of row number 2 to the outside, the 444 of Scott Rayome. And starting on the pole, the 011 of Randall Dixon. I can't believe I had to refresh the first two, not that one. That's pretty awesome. Hey, that means we're in for a good race. That's what I'm saying. The Philly Flyer. Oh. See something here. I think I spotted a ShaggyTV sticker on the side of it. Well, I did. You could see it. You could see the green there on the side of it. Look at it. Right there behind the number, man. I'm going to have to pay this guy more, I think. You're going to put it right there. Geez. Have to figure something out here as we roll down the backstretch for the final time. We're going to watch that Steve King Foundation pace car pull off. We've got 8 laps to play in the clay heat. Race number 3 is underway. Whoa, look at Sammy B downstairs making it 3 wide. Let's get to the top here. Let's see what he's got. Sam Bachman trying to find that moisture down low in the basement. Randall Dixon hunkered down in the middle, and while the Philly Flyer, he goes galloping on the high side. Welcome to P2. 4th to 2nd here early for Trevor Giroux. Can he make work of that teammate of his in the 444? There's Trevor going to be stuck in line here as we watch the war rage on for 4th. Or excuse me, for 5th. Brian Moore Sr. to the inside of Greg Parmley. Brian blinks a little bit. Welcome back, Brian. Greg Parmley maybe gets sketched out a little bit, moves up the racetrack. All this going on in front of the librarian, Pat Boyce. And out front as we come to the cross flags, halfway for the play. Trevor Giroux just can't find that sliver of hope to get around. Meanwhile, Sammy Bachman trying to get dirty downstairs here, trying to find a different group. Couldn't make it work. Now Randall says, let me give it a go. Maybe gives him a little shove. 3 laps to go. Randall Dixon trying to break up this FTM top 3. Not gonna be easy here. 2 laps to go. 2 sticks in the air. Scott Rayome not feeling a lot of pressure here. He's been smooth out front. It's been a good run. Doesn't have to be perfect here, but you can't make a big mistake as the white flag waves. 1 lap to go for Scotty Rayome. He's got a big run off of 2. Looking out. Scotty's got this thing. Just bring her home. Be smooth, Scotty. Bring home the checkered flag. Rayome wins heat race number 3. The Philly Flyer 2nd. Sammy Bachman 3rd. Randall Dixon 4th. Greg Parmley 5th. Mr. Wednesday Night 5th. And the Librarian rounding out the field. And, well, you know the drill. Stick around. We're going to be right back. 30 laps. Lanier National Speedway. Coast, time to go racing here at the Lanier National Speedway. I may know a little something about these boys. 3 of the 4 drivers I think I mentioned to you are 1, 3, and 4 right now on the speed charts. So keep an eye, and I'll tell you, heck of a lap there for Scotty. He won heat race number 3. He's going to be another dog. Got to keep your eye on here, man. That FTM stable full of dogs. And we'll have to see what the grid order looks like. Let's bring it up here. Rounding out the field. Row 11 to the top shelf. The 313 of David Tormaski to the inside. The 41 of the librarian, Pat Boyce. Row 10 to the outside. The 21 of Blackjack, John DeBias. To the inside. The 39 of the high side banger, Patrick Spangler. Row 9 to the outside, the 055, Mr. Wednesday Night, Brian Moore Sr. To the inside, the 210 of Barry Wallace. Row 8 to the outside, the 7 of Bob DeGood. To the inside, the 4 of Greg Harmon. I double-clicked. Row 7 to the outside, the 218 of Superman, Kurt Schatzer. To the inside, the 051 of Putt-Putt, Clay Christopherson. Row 6 to the outside, the 011 of Randall Dixon. To the inside, the 110 of Kelly Wheeler. Row 5 to the outside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. To the inside, the 007 of Sam Bachman. Row 4 to the outside, the Brewerton Beast and the 513, Jeff Barker. To the inside, the 16 of Mr. Excitement, Matt Barber. Row 3 to the outside, the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. To the inside, the 31 of B-Temp, Templeton. Row 2 to the outside, the 32 of the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. To the inside, the 444 of Scott Rayone. Row 1 for your full throttle motorsports 358 modified feature. To the outside, the 122 of Brian Dickinson. Starting on the pole, the 639 of Dylan Kinsey as we enter turn 3 for the final time. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. 30 laps to play in the clay at Lanier National Speedway. Side-by-side battle right away. Brian Dickens knows he's got to try to get the run, man. He's got an FTM gang behind him. His teammates a ways back inside of row 3. But it is all FTM and Hammer Down racing as Dylan Kinsey doing just that, taking one out of the Hammer Down. Oh, Paige, we got a wreck on the backstretch. Caution flag waves. Dylan Kinsey should easily hold on to the lead there. You try and go back. So the caution flag, as you saw, didn't wave there for a while. So we're going to try to keep an eye on the 4 of Greg Parmalee. I think he's possibly involved. So Patrick Spangler got bumped in the back there by Pat Boyce, who bumped, I couldn't tell, that white car. Then they all get collected there on the inside. I think that's Barry Wallace in the 210 it was. Nothing Barry could do about that. Just kind of gets punted in the way. They just sit there. I mean, that's what you got to do. You don't really want to turn around here with the leaders coming. And really no choice. Here is the caution just waves. Could have been a nasty one, but definitely... You know, I mean, that is the right thing to do there. That's not a... You could never be frustrated for Barry for sitting there. That's literally what you're told to do. An accident happens. Park that thing, man. Don't turn around down in front of the leaders. It wasn't your fault you got dumped. Sit there, get the caution, and go back and play. And it'll make things a little interesting here. Early caution, green flag set the wave. Second start of the night here. Good jump there for Dylan Kinsey. Brian Dickens left out alone all by himself up top. And Anthony Morano, can he capitalize? That's going to be something those teammates want to take advantage of here. You can count down those starts. You can get a boom. But we got battles all over here, man. 3-4 wide. Let's get it going on. The 011 of Randall Dixon. He's got the best view, man. 3 wide once again in front. Putt-Putt on the bottom. Dino up top. Kelly Wheeler sandwiched in the center. Now Randall says that sandwich looks pretty good. I want a piece of that. He's trying to crawl up there in the center. As we go back to the front here, 3 wide for almost third. Here's Scott Rayome trying to move that 122 up the racetrack a little bit. Is the 75 says Scott gets there. Can he work by his teammate though in the 444? Not just yet. Going to send it in one time. But entering in so low, man, just doesn't have that speed through the center of the corner that the 75 really needs to complete the pass. And all this is kind of creating the kerfuffle behind you. You can see now he's sucked into a 3 wide. Mr. Excitement on the bottom. B-Temp, the meat and the sandwich. Mr. Excitement doing it Canadian style. 3 wide. Oh, it's Trevor Giroux. He gets moved off the top. Runs out of room. B-Temp shuts the door. Sammy B trying to get a piece of that 075. As we're coming to 21 laps to go with the caution flag waving. Not too sure who it was this time. Seeing possibly Brian Moore Sr., David Tormaski. Let's see here. Let's go to the blimp camera. Oh, and now you can see Dino already got turned around a little bit by, I believe that's Randall Dixon. So Brian Moore Sr., he's got to get on the brakes. John Tobias, you see him. He tries to wiggle to the outside, couldn't. Brian goes to the inside, but, well, there's a high side banger down on the bottom. He gets into Patrick Spangler. And that's going to bring out the second caution. Oh, Sam Bachman going up the hill. He's trying to find some speed. Did he maybe find something there? Big run into 3. Runs up on the back of the 122. Can he get to the outside of his teammate in the 4? Who knows here? Long way around through 1 and 2. Trying to get a full head of steam. Scotty shuts the door. Can't get to the outside here as these 2 teammates playing nice out front. You can see it. We're going to hop back once again to the next. Jeff Barker to the inside. Dean Reynolds on the outside. That's Kelly Wheeler in that 110 right ahead. Kelly to the outside. 3 wide. Dino in the center. Jeff in the middle. Kelly enough of a run here that he can clear the boys as he enters 1. But he stays up on that top shelf. Leaves him a little bit of hope. And Dino trying to reel it in here is Superman. Got the cape flapping in the breeze. Here comes the 218. Brandon Templeton, you saw that 31 try to slide up in front of the 16. Matt Barber said, no way, I may be Canadian, but I'm playing rough tonight. Oh, he says, hey, give me some room, bud. Hey. Oh, man, saying a lot of A's, a lot of buds in that race car tonight. Mr. Excitement, man, he's going to need to repaint that thing before he pulls it out next week.